Magic touch. I have the magic touch. I'm going to tell you all about it. I am Ray of Sunshine. I'm delighted that you're here with me today. I have the magic touch. I'm going to tell you all about it. You know, for years I have had the distinction. I'm loving it. Admiration. Different things that I've done. I've talked about them a lot on my earlier videos, different ventures that I've gone into, my gourmet catering business that I named Epicurean Adventures. Nobody could pronounce it. Anyway, I did that, and I loved it, and people loved it, and I got many, many compliments. More recently, and for many years now, heart to heart. And I can't tell you, in a recent video, I was talking about spitting image. I was a spitting image of my dad. And I heard that, 1.5 million times. What I've heard, I've been doing massage. I'm not even touching them yet. And they go, oh, you can hear them moaning and they say, you have the magic touch. Other words that I've heard over and over and over after every single session. Incredible, amazing, astounding, incredible. Let me tell you about the magic touch, because I used this in my advertising at one time. And the premise of the whole ad was, if I could have anybody hovering over me at this massage table, anybody, I would want it to be me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. The reason, heart to heart, is that it comes from the bottom of my heart. And the magic touch, I give it everything I got, 1,000%. And that's the same thing in all my Ray of Sunshine videos. I come to you with an open heart. I offer the rays of sunshine, 1,000 heart to heart. In every single version of every single ray of sunshine in every single one of all my previous videos. And that's what they're designed for. Even though, they're different. And they're all different. And if you, this one here, what is this one going to say? This one's going to say magic touch. You probably already know that, right? It says magic touch. Suppose you looked at my page and you're going to see the fluffy white clouds made into a heart, and you're going to see the red bird, the red messenger bird that represents me, by the way, with a miracle message for you, by the way. Suppose you looked at a whole page full of those and they all said magic touch. And suppose every one of them that you opened up said magic touch. I'm going to tell you about magic touch. Right? I'm Ray of Sunshine. Suppose every one was this video. That would be a little boring, would it not? So there's a whole array of rays of sunshine back there. And they're all very different from each other. They come to you in sections to illustrate a point, to illustrate a progression, the progression that we have, that we are on this planet right now. Hey, I should tell you, let me start by, maybe I already started, but let me continue by showing you around a little bit. I'm in my sanctuary, and I was in my sanctuary yesterday, just on this other wall right over here, right near me. But I have been in this sanctuary for many, many different presentations, and I have my stars flashing up in the sky here. I was in the same section, I believe, it was back in June when it was my birthday that I was celebrating. I had the same kind of setup, a similar setup to what's going on here. And also in my pilot video, which goes back that goes back to almost a year ago now. It's 25 minutes and 26 seconds of on the edge of your seat excitement. But it's not really a prerequisite, but that particular video gives you a little bit of a background about me. And just like in every one of my videos, you're going to learn some things about me and learn some things about you. But also in that video, it talks about a crime that myself and my co-defendant were convicted of unjustly. and you know, and that whole process, and what that evolved into, and what it is evolving into is what this whole series is developing into as well, because I kind of a prerequisite to kind of know what that whole scenario was. Plus, you're going to relate to it because it talks about, you know, it talks about devastation, it talks about heartache, it talks about pain, it talks about loss, it talks about all the things that you've been going through in this lifetime. In fact, I have, it's not all that long ago, what's the name of that? A freak show. That's the name of it, because that's what our lives are represented by. That's what our lives are like sometimes, like a freak show. And that's what my whole presentation shows. Stumble and fall, stumble and fall. Freak show. And rising above. You know, I was thinking about, because on a lot of my videos, I repeat a lot of the same things on a lot of my videos, I realize. One of the things I repeat a lot is, you can't have too much happy, so, you know, why not contribute toward it? Help happy happen, those kind of things. I was thinking, it occurred to me, and this crossed my mind once before too, suppose there is such a thing as too much happy. I don't know. I don't know what the repercussion would be, but suppose it, and you know, if anybody is going to ever figure it out, it'll probably be me to expose it. Hey, I found out there is such a thing as too much happy, so you better stop it. Stop it now. What do you think of my hair? This is how it looked earlier, and I said, you know what? I kind of like it. So this is what you get. This is the ray of sunshine that you get 100% right here, right now, just like all the 100% rays of sunshine that you get. The sun and the moon have wiggled their way in here. I don't know how that happens, but you know, actually, it's representative of the theme of my whole video presentation. Expect the unexpected. You know, in one of my recent videos, I was talking about pictures that were falling out of my photo album and that it needed to be fixed. And so I've decided I'm going to show you the picture that I was talking about. That's the video. I don't know if Jay's, I think it's in the Jay's there somewhere. And if you find it, let me know, because I'll put it in one of the boxes on the side of my head. And if it's already there, you probably want to go and look for it anyway, because that might be where your miracle message is. Anyway, I know it's here somewhere for you because I put it here, and I'm going to help you find it. So anyway, this was the picture of me. It was talking about a spitting image. One of these, see this one here, I think it's on this side here, and I have it right over here. There's a big freckle on the side of my face. Well, that was the picture, and I was saying, so as you can see, that's the spitting image of me. You're not going to see anybody that looks any more like me than me, probably. And here's another spitting image. One of these is me, one of these is my son. On that same page in the album is another example of spitting image. One of these is me, one is my son. Oh, and I came across this picture too, which I wanted to show you. And I've done 3 or 4 different jumps. Skydiving, just because I wanted to. And this one, in fact, you know, it was right here in this area of my sanctuary. When I first was showing pictures, it was in my pilot video. I'm showing pictures of my husband Sid, right? And I have a lot of stories about Sid in all of those earlier videos, because he's quite a character, and we had lots of fun. So anyway, he passed away in 2015. Before he did, he gave me this, and he said, you know, I think it looks just like you. And honestly, the day he told me that, I was a little bit insulted, and I said, oh yeah, I wanted to punch him, but I smiled and I said, yeah, I think you're right. But you know, as time goes on, and this guy has appeared in many of my different videos now, he's becoming very, very popular. But as you can see, especially with my hairdo, that we look very, very much like him, and becoming more and more alike every day, and I'm liking it. So anyway, my husband Sid, I first showed his picture right here, right in this very spot, in one of those earlier videos, and this is him right here. One of them is him, and one of them is me, my husband Sid. So you know, the thing about Sid is, every time you looked at him, I don't care if it was within a few seconds of each other, he looked different every single time, entirely different. So I didn't even recognize him as the same person. When the first time we went out to breakfast at some fast food place, he got to go to the bathroom, because he has this kind of a gruff look about him. He had a lot of hair and very imposing. And so he goes to the bathroom, and a woman who was sitting at the table a couple tables down comes over to me and says, "Is he an ex-murderer?" I said, "Really?" Okay, so that's all I'm going to show you about my on my photo album. You can meet other people in my life and hear other stories about me and Sid and in my earlier videos, 1 and 2. You know, the other reason you want to go back there on a search for the video that I spoke about, or on a search for one of those earlier videos, is because I want you to see the difference. That's the whole idea, to see the progression of me, of me discovering the you-ness, me discovering the meanness, of me, and you discovering the uniqueness of you. Okay, so look. I brought my glasses, so in case I need to read something, like my notes, for example. And my notes only have 2 words on there, which is MagiC tOucH. So I probably won't need to be referring to them. However, I put these glasses on. I put different glasses on and in different kind of sets and different kind of backgrounds, different kind of things going on to show different rays of sunshine. And so those of you who came here for the express purpose of seeing how sexy I look with my glasses, here you go. But I put them on to read. You know, when I was gathering my apparatus here, the recording stuff to come over in the sanctuary, I grabbed this little fortune that I intended to read because I didn't even know what it said at the time. But I brought it in here and I said, "Oh yeah, that's why." Change your thoughts, and you change the world. You know, shaking the world is not necessarily an easy task. It's a simple task, but it's a simple concept, and it's a matter of believing. So the reason that we don't have a world of peace, the reason that we don't have a world of brotherhood, the reason we don't have a world of everyone treating everyone like they're our brothers and sisters is because we don't believe it's possible. If you don't believe something is possible, it's not possible. That is along the same lines of a concept that I introduced on a few videos back when I talked about shaking the world and eradicating homelessness, eradicating hunger, which sounds like, it kind of sounds like it's like far out there, like what's he talking about? But the only reason we don't have that, let me show you this as well, because I actually have had this in several of my earlier videos when I have a tour back there of my sanctuary. Peace on earth. That's the goal. And the reason we don't have it is because there's not enough of us who actually believe it. I don't like the idea of my brothers and sisters sleeping at a storefront, sleeping in a gutter, sleeping under a bridge tonight. I don't like the idea of so many of my brothers and sisters who will be going to bed again hungry tonight. It doesn't resonate. So anyway, we're going to be talking about believing that we can make this world a better place. So that's the point of this program, to figure it out, to figure out how to believe that that's possible. And I'm here to tell you, I'm here to promise you, it's possible. So in order for that to happen, we all need to do our share, because we all need to be on the same page. The way you can do your share is the same way that somebody did their share when they had the love enough to send you this video on a silver platter. That's how the system works. I talk about it in every single one of my videos, but it's not going to happen unless it sinks in. So you send it to somebody who might appreciate the assistance. You send it to some character who might otherwise not have had the opportunity had it not been for you, for your caring, for your love, for your respect. And they do the same thing. They love and respect somebody else. And they share this video. Then we all get on the same page. The keyword, one of the keywords that I use often is all. Now, all doesn't really require a whole lot more definition to understand what it's all about. All. Okay, so we all need to be on the same page. Hey, you want to see something funny? No, don't look at me. Look at you. Go look in the mirror and tell me that this is designed for beauty. So, and then after you have a good laugh, take a look. These were not designed. These are functional. All of these are all apparatus that we're looking at, right? So like these things, these funnels on the side of our head are functional. And this is somebody's version of an attractive funnel, I guess. But in a way, they are attractive. Like, see these things dangling off the bottom. They look like little tongues. They look a lot like these kind of tongues here, which is probably why they're so compatible with each other. So anyway, this was the inspiration for me. On my little thumbnails that you see for all these different videos that I have with all the different little names on them, and they all say learning, loving, and loving, living. And there's that red bird on there, that red messenger bird that has your miracle message. Well, that's what represents me. And I was looking at myself one day in the mirror was the inspiration for the creation of what I call a funny duck. That's a funny duck. And I was the inspiration for that. Inspiration is divine. Look for divine, and you'll find it. Before I say sayonara for now, I want to leave you with my daily dose of inspiration. And this was inspired to me through an email that I got this morning. I subscribe to a service by Moon Omens, and they're very easy to find, and they have inspiring messages, and they have inspiring and unbelievable monthly horoscopes. Moon Omens. So look, I brought my glasses so in case I need to read something, and I can't see out of them. However, I'm getting a feeling that there are some people who kind of enjoy getting this view of me. They think I look sexy in glasses, and so that's your chance to check it out. But I don't really need them to read. They're just a prop. I'm going to read to you my daily inspiration for today. Breathe in radical possibilities. So breathe out limiting beliefs. Breathe out limiting beliefs. I talk about that. That's another one of the things that I repeat in a lot of my previous videos. Letting go of what no longer serves to make room for the new world. And that's what links into this whole concept of shaking the world. There's a quote by Mahatma Gandhi about shaking the world. It says, "In a gentle way, you can shake the world." So, shaking the world sounds like a big deal, and maybe it is, but that is what led me to my Shake the World presentation, because now is the time to reveal it. What it doesn't show in the movie, and what makes my story a little different from that story, is that outside of the Emerald City is a different scenario than on inside of the Emerald City. And outside of the Emerald City is plagued with homelessness, hunger, and despair. The thing about the Emerald City is that the goings on outside of Emerald City are conditions that people somehow think are just the way it is. There's homelessness, there's hunger in the world, and we'll do our part, especially, like Christmas will come along and we'll give somebody a meal and that sort of thing. Doesn't really amount to too much, but we don't really feel that we can really do anything substantial to make that change. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. And so I'm going to tell you about learning to rise above, learning to refocus, learning to deliberately focus on what makes me happy. I want to talk more about creating the world of our dreams, the new world. It's Playtime. Create you.